What's up, everybody? It's the Digital World Podcast, and boy, I got so much news for you guys. Currently, in Brazil, there was the elections, and apparently Bolsonaro lost and Lula won. But this is the people out demonstrating against the results. I mean, this isn't small numbers. You're seeing large, vast numbers of people going and taken to the streets. And here is another thing that I wanted to point out. I should have started with this actually. Um, and you see, there's a tipping point, and it's called the Tau tipping point. And according to Malcolm Gladwell, a tipping point is that magic moment when an idea, trend, or social behavior crosses a threshold. It then tips and spreads like wildfire. The Tau point is what I think is happening worldwide. And while this Tau point in relation to this post is completely in a different context for the medical side, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. But in terms of what's happening with society, they're being transformed. And right now, some places are at that tipping point. And globally, I feel like everyone's been ushered in this direction. And eventually, we're going to get to that tipping point worldwide. And I believe different countries are at different stages. And it seems like you're seeing the exact same thing happen throughout the world. Now, let's continue with our news here. This is the people in Brazil going out, showing up against the elections. And they say here it's hard to believe that a man that could draw crowds in the millions actually lost. But I mean, just look at the turnout. This is large numbers of people. You see truckers joining, opposing. You remember when Schwab said we have to prepare for an angrier world? Um, I wonder if this is part of it, getting people stirred up against the corruption. Um, let's skip that for a second because I want to talk about that. Okay. Um, Here you see more people in the streets. I've actually been to Belém. I remember being there. I've probably drove in these streets, and yeah, that I mean, it's crazy to see all these people crowding the highways, and here is more truckers that are, blocking highways and airports. Here is more Brazilian people. I mean, I'm telling you, this is in the big numbers, and you see how people are against those elections. Now, let's see here. Where do I wanna? Okay, so now there's this other. There's a diesel shortage that's happening. And apparently, they're saying there's 25 days left of diesel. Now, whether that's the case or not, I was actually reading this thread about that's not really the case. Um, but nevertheless, we're still experiencing shortages when it comes to diesel, when it comes to gas. And if everything completely shut down, then yes, there would be 25 days of a shortage. But currently, as it stands, that is not the case. I actually have a thread. I might look into it tomorrow and show it. But here we see the premiums for diesel, highest since '05, and you're seeing that this is. I mean, they're just going up and up and up. And if diesel gets to a point where there's not enough of it, get ready for impacts to trucking, farming, mining, everything, because that makes up the bulk of the big engines that we use for those industries. And then fuel companies warn of historic diesel shortage. Um, Another thing I want to let you guys know of is hidden deep in Biden's infrastructure package is a provision requiring all cars built after 2026 to have a vehicle kill switch that is remotely accessible. This would allow police or other government authorities to access it whenever. So you don't obey, your car gets turned off. Here is another big thing that's been circulating, and it's been suppressed. I haven't seen it trending, but it's come out. Apparently, Facebook and Twitter created special portals for government to rapidly request takedowns of content. The portals, along with NGO partners, used to censor a wide range of content, obviously including parody accounts and content disagreement with, the scam dem. Okay, I'll stop there. But you know what I'm talking about, policy. And this is a violation of the Constitution and our freedom of press. And folks, it's not. There's a lot of things that are happening, and a lot of people are waking up to that. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. It's the Digital World Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.